How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to another Locals feature match. We are here in round 3 of May 8th's Locals, and we have Cyber Dragons versus Earth Machines. My friend Adam actually piloting the Earth Machine deck here on the right, and I took a poll on my community tab to see who you guys thought would take this match, and a lot of you guys said Earth Machine. So yeah, you guys haven't really been wrong in the past. I think you guys were wrong on one poll. I think one time in the past. Granted, I think I've only done it a couple times. But I think you guys have a pretty good track record at picking who is winning these matches. So we'll see if that streak continues here. And we're going to see our Earth Machine player open up with a redeployment, which you love to see. Earth Machine players rejoice when they see that copy of redeployment in hand. Because it means big combo, big advantage, pitching Ancient Gear Drill to add Cruncher and Fortress to the hand. Now he could go the route of the rank 9 combo by revealing Harvester off of this Cruncher here, or he might just play it conservatively. It looks like he's going to do that and just reveal 3 Dozer. That way, you know, you don't always have to go for the rank 9 combo. I sometimes like to, just because I'm a sucker for the play line. It's a very, very fun play line to take with this deck, but I could also understand why some people might not want to, because you get to keep that Fortress in hand, which is an incredibly strong extender going into your turn 3 to help close out the game, because sometimes the deck does struggle to close out the game without those extra extenders in hand already, and the combo does tend to be a little more resource heavy. So it looks like he's going to take it the sort of standard route here, adding Bullet Train off of Riverstormer. The rank 5 of the Infinitrack Archetype basically allows you to detach to take any Earth Machine and either send it to the grave or add it to your hand. Kind of like Oviraptor, but in a rank 5 form for Earth Machines. And then linking into the Ancient Gear Ballista, that's going to add an Ancient Gear monster on summon. So it's going to add an Ancient Gearbox, and Ancient Gearbox, in fact, is going to activate to add a Earth Machine with 500 attack and or defense. So pick up 9 levels total for Fortress if he needs it. But more importantly, that box is going to act as basically extra discard fodder for Fortress, you know, in a later turn. And then he'll summon out the Tunneler, summon out Bullet, link into the Anger Knuckle. And then we're going to see him resolve Tunneler here, putting back 3 Goliath and Ballista to the extra deck and 1 copy of Metal Cruncher to the main deck to go ahead and basically Pot of Avarice here and draw 2. Now, one thing also, Cyber Dragon, being the deck that it is, has a pretty good heads up here thanks to the Contact Fusion mechanic. It's basically just something our Earth Machine player is going to have to deal with here. Not really too much you can do to play around it. I guess going for the combo that he did, we'll play around it as much as possible instead of ending with Enter Blathnir and maybe an extra Fortress on board. Just ending with the bare minimum Anger Knuckle. And we'll see him end phase add back the Drill off of the Bullet Express. So basically, Bullet Express says, you know, if it's in the graveyard at the turn it was sent, you can add back any machine in your grave and add it back to the hand. Which is really powerful, especially paired with Ancient Gearbox. You know, you can search out, you know, another card off box in the end phase and then pick up another card for turn. It's a very good way to gain advantage. But our Cyber Dragon player is starting off pretty strong with Cosmic Cyclone and that Pankratops. So it's absolutely huge. So hit an Ice Dragon's Prison. I believe our Earth Machine player here is only on 4 traps in the main deck. I guess 7 if you want to count Forbidden Droplet as a trap, but 2 copies of Overdrive and 2 copies of Ice Dragon's Prison. We're going to see him summon Cyber Dragon Noxter, and of course, you know, there's that first Contact Fusion, and it's going to go for the Mega Fleet Dragon. Now, he technically could have played around it on that summon of Noxter, but I guess he didn't really feel too threatened by it, so he's just going to go ahead and let that get slurped right up, and we're going to see Core as a normal summon to go ahead and add Cybernetic Overflow, which is basically kind of like Icarus Attack for Cyber Dragons, but I believe it deals with banishing Cyber Dragons on the field and grave, and then destroys that many cards I think the opponent controls. I could be wrong. I don't know the exact text, but it is a very strong trap, searchable in the archetype as well, as you can see here. But our Cyber Dragon player is going to attempt to hit the battle phase, and he's going to swing with Pankratops, and we're going to see an Urgent Schedule. You gotta love seeing Urgent Schedule in the main deck. I think the card is pretty strong in the main deck. I was a bit back and forth on the card for a long time because, you know, in a deck that strictly wants to go first like Earth Machine, it's kind of a strange card because in most cases, you'll never be able to resolve it turn 1. But then again, the same can be said for your trap cards. So that, of course, that's no reason to not play it, because as you can see here, it's coming in very, very clutch at blocking damage, and not to mention, it's super helpful to have in the deck if you happen to lose die roll, and just going second in general, the card is crazy. If it resolves on its own, it's complete full combo just by summoning Harvester and Fortress, and just going off without even using the normal summon. It's absolutely crazy. So we're going to see him still proceed into the battle phase. Pank's going to swing over Citadel, and I believe Mega Fleet's going to swing over Harvester to trigger Citadel. I think in the audio, our Cyber Dragon player joked about having just read Citadel, and then having just, you know, ran right into it. But no worries, he's got the Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon in main phase 2 to make sure it's not an issue. So lots of contact fusioning going on here. And but our Earth Machine player is going to start off with a copy of Fortress, or not Fortress rather, a copy of Metal Cruncher. And that's going to go uninterrupted right now. Of course, we know he's got Pankratops on the board, and he's got the Overflow, which I believe has a couple of targets in the grave. I know Core is at least one. I think Noxer might count as a Cyber Dragon in the grave. You know, regardless, Cruncher's going to resolve. I think he revealed the Derricrane, a Trencher, and a Dozer. I think those were his 3 targets, if I am not mistaken. But it looks like our Earth Machine player has 2 copies of Fortress in hand, I think. Or I might be seeing things. Looks like he definitely has Fortress box. Nope, he definitely has 2 copies of Fortress. Yeah, the Fortress, like I said, from last turn, from his first turn, I should say, off of that redeployment is going to prove to come in quite clutch here to put on that pressure. And we're going to go ahead and see him activate Heavy Forward here to add a copy of Trencher, which is basically like a monster reborn in grave for Infinitrax. He's going to pitch off 2 to go ahead and summon or he's going to discard Fortress itself alongside Trencher to summon Fortress. Of course, Fortress is an inherent summon, can summon from hand or grave. And now we're going to attempt to see Trencher activate to bring back Harvester. So we're going to see him grab a copy of Anchor Drill here. Now, this also opens up another play where he can use Harvester's on-field effect, or can target another machine monster, and then Harvester and that other monster's levels will become their combined levels. So in this case, if he goes to target Fortress, they will become level 9, which sets up a pretty nice rank 9 play for either Earth Slicer or Phantom Beast, Phantom Fortress Ender Blathnir. For some reason, I always think Ender Blathnir is a what's it called? A Mecha Phantom Beast monster. So, okay, this is something I wasn't expecting. We're going to see him actually target Fortress, make them both level 9, and instead of using Fortress and Harvester for Earth Slicer, we're going to see him use Cruncher and Harvester for Earth Slicer. I don't know why this is so surprising to me. I've never seen this done before. I've never done this myself. But either way, that Earth Slicer will meet its early demise thanks to Pankratops, but it's no worries because we're going to see Citadel hit the board once again. And important to note, our Cyber Dragon player popped it on summon, so that way, if our Earth Machine player has the opportunity, he could get a Infinitrack on board, get it into Goliath, and then use Slicer to send the Goliath, summon it back, Goliath reattach, get a pop right then and there. But we're going to see him use Citadel, targeting the Fortress. It's going to pop everything 2,500 and under on his opponent's side of the field. So they'll get rid of Mega Fleet at 24 and Chimera Tech at 2,000. We're going to see him pitch Box and Drill for Fortress. And then we're going to see him pitch Fortress and Drill for Fortress. And we're going to see our Cyber Dragon player activate Overflow in the battle phase. And there's a Ghost Spell to shut it down. So we're heading into Game 2. So, Earth Machines up 1-0 over Cyber Dragons. Your guys' prediction is looking a little bit better here. And I also want to mention, if you guys are looking to buy any amazing playmats, sleeves, deck boxes, dice, and more, check out Imperium Duelist. A link to their site can be found in the description below. We're going to be having some custom Winter Kills apparel coming to them very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. But if you guys want to buy some amazing TCG products and support the channel in the process, do not forget to use my discount code WinterKills10 off at checkout. Save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please, 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 please do not forget to use the affiliate link I have to their site down in the description of all my videos. If you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel. Business as usual here for Earth Machine Player, starting with Harvester, going for Dozer. And he did summon the Tunneler here, which is a little sussy, because that might mean that he opened Ancient Gearbox. And speak of the devil, there it is. Pitching Fortress and Box to summon out Fortress. That's definitely one way to get it into the graveyard. That's definitely one way to do the Ancient Gearbox combo. He definitely could have done that a lot differently. And if he's watching this, I'm shaking my finger at you because he could have done that a lot better. I personally would have done is normal the Harvester, link it for Goliath, summon Dozer by attributing the Goliath, summon Tunneler, overlay for Stormer, search Bullet, link for Goliath, send, summon Stormer. Or actually, you don't want to use Stormer early there. I think that was where the mistake happened. You want to use Stormer to send Knuckle early, and you're using Knuckle to pitch Box to the grave to summon back your Bullet, and that's how you're getting your Box in the grave. But he's doing things a little differently now. I guess the only difference is how deep he was able to dig into the deck, based on how many extra deck monsters were put back versus main deck monsters. He's still going to get to add back in the end phase off of Bullet, adding back that Fortress, going for Knuckle, setting 2. Yeah, I mean, he did it, he did the play, but I think it was just a little suboptimal, but, it is what it is. But we're going to see a Cosmic Cyclone here early on, much like we saw in Game 1. I'm not sure what the Banish card is. I can't really see it from here. It's got quite a bit of a glare on it. Looks like it might have been Urgent Schedule. I could be wrong. But our Cyber Dragon player is going to start with Cyber Dragon, and that's going to ring the alarm to chain Knuckle immediately and get out of dodge and get that Bullet on field. So at least if he does contact fuse the Bullet, he'll get the add back in the end phase. We're going to see Cyber Dragon Noxer hit the board as a normal summon. That's going to revive Cyber Dragon. Building quite a board presence here. Could get a little bit of damage on board here, be 41. If he wanted to attack now, but he's looking into the extra deck here, looking at Seeger, looking at Almirage. We'll see if he decides to commit for an extra deck play, but he's going to activate Machine Duplication. Pretty strong card, but there is the Ash for it. It's a beautiful alti Machine Dupe as well. You hate to see it get ashed, but unfortunately that is going to, what is going to happen. Gonna link off that Fortress link off Fortress and Noxer for Seeger, and we're gonna see Overload Fusion. Ultimate Rare. Ring the alarm. So we'll see what happens here. He's gonna banish Noxer and Cyber Dragon from the grave, and I can only imagine we'll see, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. And it's gonna probably attempt to use this effect on summon. We're gonna see a copy of Forbidden Drippy Droppy, and that is going to have the attack of Rampage. I believe Rampage is at 21, so it should be at 1050, and then taking 21, or it might be at 22. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Chimera Tech Rampage has 2200. I could be wrong. I think it is 22 though. But either way, Droplet doing the job it needs to do. Stopping, his back row from getting blown up and taking a lot of damage. But yeah, that's going to allow him to survive the turn there. And we're going to see end phase shenanigans here. We're also going to see him draw for turn. He's got quite a few cards in hand. Picking up an Urgent Schedule too. My goodness, we're going to see him summon Citadel and summon Harvester. So summoning the Citadel here is perfectly fine. If you don't have access to Citadel yet, you can just basically use the Urgent Schedule to get to it. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's okay to play 2 Overdrive so long as you're playing the urgent schedules alongside it. So our Earth Machine player is going to lead with a copy of Drill. That's going to summon out a Harvester. And we're going to see Harvester effect to target Citadel. So that is going to be for a combined level of 12. And I think most players will know what that means. Trying to summon a rank 12, that's probably going to be Zeus. And a lot of people will not see this play coming, too. It's pretty funny. A lot of people are just so used to Zeus being slapped over Zodiac Borbo. They don't expect you to actually just hard summon Zeus. It's pretty funny. So yeah, Zeus is going to hit the board successfully. And let's see what he's going to do from here. It's going to link off the Drill and the other Harvester for Knuckle. Now, I guess one thing he could do here is use Zeus to send everything and then use Knuckle effect to bring itself back. But it looks like he's going to do it a little bit in a different order here. He's going to use Knuckles on field effect, bring out Bullet, then send to secure the end phase ad, and then pitch Trencher and Fortress for Fortress. And he's going to use Trencher Engrave. Looks like he's going to revive a Drill. And I think he has box and or no box play here. Okay, he's going to tribute the Drill for Dozer. Dozer summon Trencher. Okay, I like where this is going. Does he not have access to Riverstorm yet? No Riverstormer yet. And I think he might actually. Okay, this is making a little more sense. He had the Riverstormer, I think, maybe put back on his first turn. Thanks to that Ancient Gearbox combo, recycling it. So that's the one thing, and obviously our Cyber Dragon player is scooping here, revealing just he has a Red Eyes Fusion in hand, so no way to stop those plays, and the coming OTK there on behalf of Earth Machine. So you guys are correct yet again. Earth Machine taking the match 2-0. Yeah, despite that contact fusion mechanic, you know how good it can be, and not proving to be enough here. Yeah, that's actually one thing I want to mention, though, is that sometimes putting back the Riverstormer is actually really strong because it gives Dozer much more value in turn 3. Because outside of that, if you have Riverstormer Engrave, Dozer really has no value in Grave. Because you're not gonna, a lot of times you're not gonna want to use Dozer effect because you'll be locked in Earth Machines, and you'll also just have no rank 5s to go into because your only rank 5 is in the Grave. But that's also why I think playing Gaia Charger is pretty good, because you just want to leave, you know, Riverstormer in the Grave. But either way, I digress. Earth Machines taking the match 2-0. The next video going up later will be the finals, in quotes, round 4 table 1 match, and it's going to be Mutants versus Earth Machines. So hope to see you guys checking that video out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, Winner Kills signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And last but not least, I want to give a huge thanks to all of the YouTube members that support this channel, and of course a special thanks goes out to our Divine Level channel member Chadillax84. Thank you so much for your continued and extremely generous support of the channel. It really means a lot, and the support, you know, it helps out way more than you would think. So again, thank you for your generous and continued support.